Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Rythmn. Now, according to yesterday's video, you guys absolutely killed that thumbs up button. I think we got over 100 likes in like less than 2 hours of the video even being uploaded, and I want to say I really appreciate that, guys. For one, it really helps me out, and for two, it really lets me know that you guys enjoy these guides and you want to continue seeing as much as I can. Some more guides, some more tutorials, some more breakdowns and stuff like that. So as always, I'm going to continue these guides. Today, I've noticed in the comments that a lot of you guys don't understand exactly how to get the free stuff. Like, I told you guys that the better route is to go the inexpensive way and get your weapon through GHA or dungeons in general, and also getting your armor through dungeons, and you can upgrade it all the way up to Celestial, and it doesn't cost a penny. And I'm going to show you guys today how exactly to get those weapons. Now, in the very beginning of Fresh Start, there was a lot of drama if you guys didn't catch it. Basically, only a couple people really knew about these weapons and this gear and how you could get it to Celestial and have really good gear just by grinding dungeons over and over, and only a couple of people knew about it. So basically, people started getting really strong. Only those select few started getting really strong, and then eventually everybody found out and then started trying to catch up. And obviously, a lot of you guys still don't understand how to get these weapons and stuff, free of charge. So today, I'm going to show you guys right now on how to get this stuff. So first things first, you have to go to one of the dungeons, okay? So you can go to one of the dungeons by clicking your book, click dungeon. You can go anywhere. I'd probably recommend like GHA, which is right here, just because that's like kind of like where everybody usually goes. But anyways, you want to go to that dungeon area, port over to there, and there should be a little thing that looks like this right here. It's called a distorted dimension workbench. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the weapons, okay? So let's say we did before I do start this, I want to say that the weapons that you want to get are going to be from the greater dungeons, and the greater dungeons are only these. You have to do these greater ones. Like, it's basically these normal dungeons but greater. It's like a harder difficulty. So it takes a group of like 5 people, and you want to try to just go through them and pick up as many of these materials I'm about to show you in just a second. So if we go, let's say we got the Viper Fang from actually, you know what, I'll give you guys a better example. I actually got this bow called the Bone Shatter, and I got this from, I think it was Hadier Farm. It was this one right here. There it is, Bone Shatter. Here it is. So as you can see, I have the Bone Shatter. Now, the thing about weapons is you want to continue doing greater dungeons until you at least get a unique drop. And the reason for that is because you don't want to get like an arcane Bone Shatter and then have to regrade it yourself. It just costs too much money, and you should just grind it out and wait until you get a unique. Now, I want to stress that you could get absolutely any weapon. This is where a lot of people get confused. Now, let's say the in-game goal is you want to get a one-handed sword, right? But the Bone Shatter dropped for you and it's unique. You can still roll for it, and as long as you have a unique weapon from a greater dungeon, it still works. Now, as you can see here, to upgrade it to the next level, which is basically like a tier 2, it takes 36 of these abyssal shards, and it also takes 3 of these. It also takes 5 of these sunstring stones, and then a couple of other things. Now, all 3 of these mats right here you can get from dungeons. This one right here is specifically from the regular dungeons. You can get these by yourself really easy. Make sure you do the dailies and stuff like that. Just go do regular dungeons by yourself. And also the abyssal shards and sunstring stones come from the greater dungeons. These can drop off of any mob, so if you're trying to go for shards, make sure you clear out as many mobs as you can, and you just go with the group and grind out shards. These sunstring stones only drop off of bosses, so you can potentially get, I think, like 5 or maybe even 6 of these stones per boss, depending on how many the dungeon has. So once you get these materials for the first thing and you have a unique weapon, I really stress, get a unique weapon, guys. You don't want like an arcane heroic and then you have to regrade it yourself later. It's just gonna be too expensive. It's not worth. Just wait for it, okay? So let's say you get all the mats right, you get these whatever, you upgrade it to the next level, which is this, okay? Once you have the tier 2 of this bow or whatever weapon you're doing, the tier 2 of it, you want to look at this thing called Aria's Autograph, okay? Since I have a unique weapon, it's automatically going to be unique. So as you can tell, my bow, I got it to divine before I crafted this Aria's Autograph. So in Aria's Autograph, you click it, and it's going to take you another 40 abyssal shards. This time it's going to take you 25 sunstring stones and then a couple of the other mats, and then you need that tier 2 bow. Once you have these mats, you're going to be able to craft this thing called an Aria's Autograph, okay? And what this Aria's Autograph do is you get it, whatever grade your weapon is, when you craft it into this, it becomes that, you know, rarity. So if I had a unique one, I would have a unique Aria's Autograph. If I had my divine one, which I crafted my bow with, then I would have a divine Aria's Autograph. Anyways, when you get this autograph, it becomes an item in your inventory, and all you do is you right click it, you open it up, it'll give you a menu, and you get to select if you want like a sword, if you want the bow, if you want I think a katana, there's a scepter, I think there's a couple of other things. I'm not too sure on it, you might need to look it up yourselves, but that is how you're able to get these really strong weapons. And I really want to stress that you don't need your specific weapon. So like I said, if you're going for the two-handed axe, and let's say the bone shatter, a bow drops for you, still pick up the bow, because it does not matter what the weapon is, as long as the only thing that matters is the rarity and the mats that you have, and you eventually craft it into an autograph. And then once you open the autograph, then you can select whatever weapon you want. Now the same thing kind of goes for gear, but for gear, let's say for instance you wanted to get full GHA gear, right, full leather. So right here, as you can see, let's say we picked up a piece of gear from GHA, we got the leather helmet. All you need is certain materials. So for instance, you need these abyssal shards, which I told you get from greater dungeons, and you also need these heat of eternal summers, and you get those from the dungeons as well. All of this stuff, guys, that you need to get yourself a full celestial buff, to get yourself a good weapon and really good gear to start off, it all comes from the dungeons. It's consistent, you know, running through these dungeons every single day. As you can see, the mats change. Eternal Winter Chill is also from dungeons, just another drop, and then it keeps going all the way to celestial. Now you can't get it any higher than celestial, but honestly, once you're able to get as many things as you can turn everything into full celestial, and all it does is cost a little bit of mats, especially for the gear. Now you can do this for any gear set. You don't need to get GHA gear. Let's say you wanted to get KC leather, okay? So then you go here and you get this full set, and it takes the same amount of materials, and you can take that to full celestial as well. So you can get any gear set you want. So my best advice is to find out which gear set looks good for you. So for instance, the creator little label one or whatever gives you those kind of stats. If you don't want those kind of stats, look at some other stuff. Like this one gives you a different kind of set effect. Let's say you want a GHA leather, then go for GHA leather, but you want to get the full set, and then you can use materials as you continue doing these dungeons from the drops, and you can upgrade your weapon now, or your gear as well. Now remember, keep in mind that when you do these dungeons, you can only do these dungeons 2 times every day. So basically every reset. Now the thing about this is you can do it 2 times. So let's say we wanted to do Greater Palace Cellar 2 times, right? And we ran it with the group 2 times. Now you can't do this anymore unless you purchase this little thing, which I don't recommend, because you can not only just do this dungeon. Now after you've done 2 things to this dungeon, you can go do heroic GHA. You can do Greater Cradle. There's a couple of dungeons that you can do that are greater, as you can see here, and all of these will basically drop. You can do them 2 times each a day, and they give you the abyssal shards, a chance for a unique weapon, and stuff like that. So hopefully I explained this well to you guys, and if you guys have any kind of questions, you know, feel free, like I said again, to leave them down in the comments below. And I want to repeat, this is a way to get basically free gear. All you have to do is continuously run dungeons every single day. You can do each dungeon 2 times a day, and then every day it resets. After that, you can do them again, but there's a lot. There's like 5 or 6 dungeons, I think, but they're all, the ones you want to do are the greater dungeons. Then you come up with this thing. This thing is at literally any dungeon. It's right outside the entrance. You can take a look at any of the gear you want. Maybe you want Palace Cellar gear, maybe you want Palace Cellar cloth, and it's right here, and it's all basically in this menu. Before I do end the video, I want to stress one more time, because people don't seem to get this, but you do not need your specific weapon in order to get the weapon that you want at the very end. You can literally, let's say you're going for the shield, right? You want a really badass shield, and let's say the scepter, the arcane desire drops, okay? Let's say it goes and it's unique. You can still use that arcane, or the scepter that's at unique, and you can still eventually craft it up to a Aria's Autograph. And then once you open up this autograph, then it'll give the option to choose whatever you want to turn that weapon into. So you don't need a specific weapon. I think a lot of people just kind of like don't spend time. They try to get their perfect weapon, and you don't need to do that. It could be any weapon. There's no RNG involved. It's literally all about getting these shards, about getting these stones, about getting all the mats. It's very simple. All the stuff that you need to know about it is right here. You can also press O on your keyboard, and then you can go right down here to dungeons, and it'll have the same thing here. You don't even need to go to these. You can see what kind of mats you need. You know, let's say you know the Viper Fang, you craft it into the Child Killer's Viper Fang, and then eventually goes into the Arya's Autograph, which you open this up and it'll give you the specified weapon that you want. This is, like I said, really good gear in the very beginning of an expansion. It's completely free of charge. You just have to grind your ass off. It's basically like no life, but that's how a lot of people have these unique buffs, have these, let's see, like this guy probably has a full set. Like, there you go. Celestial. It's all GHA gear. Look at that. That guy has Roria. But he has a couple pieces from GHA which are really easy to get. Same thing goes for his bow. He has the Vengeful Wings like I do, but his is Celestial. I just got lucky on my regrade. One more thing I want to mention before I do in this video is when you are doing your weapon, okay, let's say the bow drops for you and it's unique. You want to try to, if you want to get this weapon a higher rarity, I would regrade it before you start crafting it into these things. You have 2 chances when you craft these up for it to automatically proc into the next rarity. So let's say you had it at Celestial because you regraded it. Well, when you take it to the next level, the tier 2, it could potentially go Divine. When you take it to the Arya's Autograph, it could potentially go Divine, or maybe even Epic if it went Divine the first time. So I would suggest regrading your weapon to what you want before you actually regrade it up, because there's a very small chance that it can proc up. Now, I know this was a lot of talking, a lot of taking. Hopefully you guys understood. Like I said, if you don't understand something about it, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try my best to help you out as much as possible. But definitely hit that thumbs up button, guys, if you appreciate this video, if you liked the video, if it helped you out in some way. I think let's try to get another 100 likes. I want to see if you guys are actually really liking these guides and stuff like that. If we can get above 100 likes, then I'm going to continue these guides and show you guys exactly how to do a lot of things that you probably don't know how to. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Yo, what up, guys? Definitely subscribe to me if you want to see future content on the bottom right, and a huge thanks to my Patreons for supporting me on my journey.